Hey, what's up, guys? Good to be back with you again today, and we're taking on Colorado State today in another one of these conference matches. This is another match that we really should dominate, should win pretty easily. We are here at home again, and I'm looking here at this crowd. It looks like it's probably a sellout. Now, we'll know that pretty early in this game because if it starts to lag, then you'll know that it's a sellout. Down below, the announcer saying that it should be a close call, but they think that BYU should be able to win this one easily. I think, or win this one in the end. I think it's actually going to be a pretty one-sided game, but we'll see what happens. I could always be wrong. That's happened before. And as Colorado State with the ball, they lump it forward, and every time any of these teams lumps it forward, then we end up going back and grabbing it, and then we're good. Korn takes this out, passes to Matt Williams. Matt Williams will lump it forward for us, looking for Aldana. That's kind of ridiculous with their 6 defenders playing back. It's Bowden now over to Garcia. Garcia lumps it forward for Aldana, and he misses it. I was about to say it's got to be 1-0, but not quite. Looks like Colorado State has a Cantonese goalkeeper based on that name. And so, Lam Jiawei. And anyway, we'll see what happens here. He's going to say maybe we should go scout this guy and hire him for our team just to remember the good times of playing in China. And so no score here in the early going, really not too much going on there. Aldana should have scored that, I would say. I'm not quite sure why he missed that, but he's had this problem. I know that he comes off as consistent, but when you watch him, he's not really that consistent, right? Here's Aldana again. And this time it's actually a good save by Lam Jiawei. And so this is going to be out here for a corner. We'll look at this here one more time. It was Bowden here with this forward-looking pass, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 7 Colorado State defenders back there, and they're playing what I believe is a pretty deep defensive line, which is why they have so many guys so far back when we try to do that. The header by Sun Hyun Taek ends up going over, and so there's not much to see here. We'll look at the replay, and it's a pretty good attack, pretty good idea, but wasn't able to quite get that one down. And here is Colorado State Martinez here with this free kick, and Korn it has to jump over and make the leaping save, and that's a little bit too close for comfort if you ask me. We should be dominating this match, and we are not. Alpha Do having a poor match, as is Aldana. We'll keep them in, though, for the time being. Sometimes, especially with Aldana, what happens is he starts off with a poor match, and then suddenly it kicks into gear. And there is a header by Do that just barely misses going in. It hits 2 different pieces of the woodwork, hits the top, and then hits the sidebar, and ends up coming out. And here's another chance for him, but that one just doesn't go in. It's with Chris Gallagher now, and he passes this over to Sun Hyun Taek, back to Silvis, and down to Matt Williams. And we'll set it up again over to Sun Hyun Taek, to Williams again, dancing with it. He knocks it back to Korn. I hate watching us do this, but that's what they decided to do. Do here decides to bring it up to Silvis, over to Bowden to Aldana, who must be offside, and that is off the crossbar anyway, and it doesn't matter. I think Aldana was offside here if this had gone forward. Maybe not. No, maybe he was onside. It looked like he had beaten his own defender, but there was a guy over on the other side who was about a step further back. But unfortunately for us, it looks like he's having an inconsistent day. Surprised that Alpha Do didn't get some credit for almost scoring that header, because that was a definite shot on target. But I don't know how XG works here, or how the match rating works in this game. You tell me. And it's Colorado State trying to push this one forward, but they can't really get much of a shot on goal out of that one. Matt Williams lumps this one forward for Aldana, who takes it and knocks it in for the first goal of the game. That's why I told you that we're not going to take him out right away just because he's not playing so well. And we know what his speed is like, and we know that it just takes one of those balls forward for him to come alive. That's exactly what happened. Good pass forward by Matt Williams, and Aldana brings this one down, does it all himself, and there's no way the goalkeeper can stop that, not from that angle. And Aldana is not going to miss that. 1-0 BYU here in the early going. And that will help that match rating a little bit. It goes up to 7.3 from 6.3. Stewart with the throw-in for Colorado State. And this one goes over to Coutinho, who's unable to get ahead onto that. It's passed backwards, and we're able to rip this one out from them, and it's Sun Hyun Taek with it now over to Martin. Martin lumps it forward again for Aldana. If you're getting sick of watching this, you're not the only one, because it's the same thing for us every single time we go up the pitch. And unfortunately, that is out and back for a goal kick. This was also onside. Aldana was able to stop himself from going too soon and was trying to lob the keeper, but didn't quite happen. Not a bad idea, though, and I'm not going to hold that one against him, definitely. I thought that was pretty well played. Here's Garcia with the corner. Garcia brings this one up, looking forward for Doe, and Doe just can't quite find where the goal is, and that's back for a goal kick. So still only 1-0 BYU as we go into halftime. And let's see what we can do here, if we need to make any changes or not. I do think that we're capable of better. I think that we've been a little bit apprehensive, maybe a little bit too aggressive on some sides. We're going to take Rocha off. We're going to put in Amutenya on instead, who's been playing better than Rocha. And I think we're going to take Garcia off and put in Kiro Benitez, who the fans really wanted to see. That's what they were saying in the feedback for the last match. So let's see what happens. I don't think we played Benitez. I think he's been injured for a long time. I don't remember. Maybe we did. You might look back and might see that I'm an idiot who doesn't know what he's talking about. That's pretty common. Matt Williams passes this up to Chris Gallagher, over to Silvas. Silvas over to Bowden. Bowden looks forward, lumps it forward for Martin, but unfortunately that is knocked backwards for the goaltender, who grabs onto it. Still only 1-0 BYU. And let's see what we can do here. Let's see what can happen. Amutenya now with the corner. Takes this and pushes it forward, looking for Doe, and Alpha Doe finally gets one to go down. He deserved that. He had two that should have gone in. One of them just barely missed earlier, and Alpha Doe gets his third goal of the season. Boy, he didn't even have good position on that. That's that overpowered long corner, I suppose. And it's Benitez here over to Williams to Son Hyun-taek. Son Hyun-taek passes it forward to Silvas to Aldana, who can't quite get onto it before the tackle comes in. And it's Benitez here with the good tackle for us over to Silvas. And this is passed backwards to Bowden, of all people, who has a shot as he jumps up and just kicks it. Bowden here now knocks this one forward, looking for Son Hyun-taek, and that's a goal. And there's Son Hyun-taek with his first goal of the season off that free kick. And he's been trying that. And apparently at practice sometime this week, we moved the goal up forward a little bit and said, okay, stop knocking that into the 10th row. And it worked. Hit that one straight off of his forehead, 3-0 BYU. And when everyone's scoring like this, we know we're playing well. Alpha Doe looking tired. I'm going to keep him in. He ought to stay in a little bit longer. He's a better player than that. Shouldn't be getting tired so quickly. Silvas with it now. Knocks it over to Bowden, down to Alpha Doe, over to Amutenya, then to Son Hyun-taek, back to Gallagher. Gallagher to Son Hyun-taek, back to Chris Gallagher, over to Silvas, back to Doe, over to Amutenya. Amutenya now with it, moves around a little bit, then runs forward, looking for that pass, searching downwards. It's to Son Hyun-taek, who has a shot on goal, almost a second goal by Son Hyun-taek. Man, that was a good bit of football, good bit of movement on our part. Here's Lam Jawe, who knocks this one forward, and it's back to Alpha Doe here, finally over to Silvas to Amutenya. Amutenya finds Martin looking down, over to Aldana to Benitez, and Benitez unfortunately doesn't have a very good first touch on that one. It's going to be knocked backwards to Gallagher to Matt Williams now, and he knocks it all the way back to Korn. We set it up again with Gallagher, now with Alpha Doe. Alpha Doe walks with it over and finds Silvas over to Son Hyun-taek, and he looks forward, finds Martin. Martin with the crossing pass instead goes backwards to Matt Williams to Son Hyun-taek again. And we're trying to just lump it forward to Aldana as much as we can. It's with Gallagher, then with Doe, then with Silvas. Silvas over to Bowden. Here you go. And Bowden somehow misses. I don't know how he missed that. That's got to be a hard shot to miss if you have a ball in a position like this. I mean, how does he not score? Look, the defender's beaten. Everybody's beaten just off of that far crossbar. And it's a shame we weren't able to tap that one in. But it's okay. We'll keep playing. Everybody's looking calm and composed, except for Grant Martin, who looks complacent, as complacent as you can look when you're 16 years old. And it's all right. We'll see what happens. Chris Gallagher with the ball now over to Son Hyun-taek, over to Matt Williams now. Matt Williams walks it up a little bit, passes it back to Gallagher. Gallagher with it over to Son Hyun-taek again, and then looks forward for Bowden. Bowden looks forward, and there's Aldana in a good scoring position. He just scores. He doesn't even walk past anybody. He just takes it and shoots. And there you go. 2 goals for Aldana, 4-0 BYU. And this is why we don't make substitutions, right? Because these guys are pretty good when they play by themselves. If we substitute, we'll end up putting in players who are not as good as these ones. Aldana with this shot, and boom, it looks pretty. And there's just no way you're going to stop that. 4-0 BYU here, and we will see if we can hold on to this one. I don't think we're going to see any more scores. Jim Rocha now is saying is not displaying much emotion, so whatever. Well, we took him off. Because he was looking a little bit worried, and it's probably the right move to make. He's young. Alpha Doe almost scoring his second. That would have been nice. Bowden with the excellent corner, and Alpha Doe here is a good header on it. Again, double teamed, and it doesn't matter. And Alpha Doe really is a scoring threat on those corners. It's Matt Williams with this now back to Gallagher. looks up forward for Alpha Doe. Alpha Doe walks us forward, passes it to Silvis, down to Amatenya, and over to Bowden, who just can't get over to that one. That was just a little bit in front of him, but it was a good idea. And boy, that would have been 5-0. We won't complain again with the 4-0 lead. Son Hyun Taek now with it back to Gallagher. Gallagher moves up to Alpha Doe, over to Bowden, to Silvis. Silvis up to Amatenya. This is going to be the end of the match here. And this is down to Son Hyun Taek, and it's over to Chris Gallagher. Gallagher over to Alpha Doe. Doe back to Gallagher, and we're just waiting this one out, and there it is. And that's the closest I think the Colorado State has had to a actual shot on target today. Now, they've had 2 today, but I don't remember what those were. Only 2 shots by Colorado State in general, and we dominated possession over 70%. And so there you go. Went just as I said it would. We won, and we won big. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.